faith and passion in prayer. You see, when faith wavers, prayer weakens. When faith wavers, prayer weakens. And if you look back in situations maybe you've been in and gone through in your life, if you're going through a real hard time and you begin to wonder, is we're going to see a breakthrough in this? Lord, where are you on that? Well, the enemy's whispering over your shoulder. He's whispering in your ears. Circumstances are whispering against you. And if you're not careful, your faith and your belief that God is going to move begins to waver. And when that happens, your prayer will begin to weaken. You won't pray with as much confidence. But when your heart's passionately ablaze for God, how do you do that? That's why I started out with Hebrews 12:1 and 2. You fix your gaze solely on Jesus. Then he's able to let all the weights, all the cares, all the sin, whatever it is, that melts away in the light of his glory and his countenance. You're looking solely on him. He's your strength. He's the one that builds you up, the author and finisher of your faith. And that's what helps you keep red hot for the Lord and keep your faith in a strong place, even when you're going through it, despite the contradictions you might be facing or even that we see in the world. Now, faith also weakens when we wrongly assume it's not God's will to answer your prayer. And so if you get off on some theological point, and again, I've said this before, if you don't believe God's still a healer, or God's a provider, or God's a deliverer, or whatever the case may be, you may not have that confidence then to pray with authority in that area that you're believing for. And sure, there are times when people pray outside of the will of God, but oftentimes many things that people are praying for are in God's will. They just don't have that confidence because, again, their faith is wavered, their prayer is weakened, they don't see the answer, whatever the case is.